boarded Lester's tour bus. With your host, Lester Rockwell. Live on Rock Slam Radio. So find a seat and settle in, and be prepared for sudden stops. Some settling may occur.
And we've got 3 minutes with Schizo. With the Heaney Boys. Heaney Boys give me a rock star.
Yeah!
Alright. So, this is my bit, 3 minutes with Schizo. I want to know, what brought you guys to music? What is it about music that made you guys say,
It's awesome.
It is,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I mean, like, it's the only thing everybody likes. I mean, you cannot not like music.
You can not like music. Not like music.
Yeah, not.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Alright.
If you don't like music, you just have no soul.
No soul.
And so,
I said
No
no
Soul.
soul.
How do you spell that?
I don't know.
How do you spell soul?
SOWL.
No, that's soul.
S-O-W.
Soul.
S-O-O-U-U-U-O-O-U?
I think
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
If you had to give me a flavor for music, what would it be?
One of my shows I have, but
Metal.
What? No, flavor. Like, to me,
Taste.
music.
Metal's a flavor.
Yeah.
Music tastes like blueberries to me.
Metallic. Oh,
What?
Blueberries.
he's gay.
I don't know.
Fuck that to me.
Chicken.
Chicken. Alright.
Chicken.
Chicken. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Barbecue.
Rock and roll pizza.
Roll pizza. I like that.
Pizza.
Pizza.
So, this is the
Wait.
most important question I can ask you guys.
Huh?
What is your favorite kind of shoe?
Skechers.
Skechers. Not bad.
I guess it's ocean pussy.
Ew.
Oh,
OP.
Bananas. What are you gonna eat?
He sniffing other people's shoes.
This isn't dog shit. Don't touch that. Oh!
I was kidding.
Good moisturizer.
First tip for you guys on tour: stay away from guys in black hats.
Yeah, black hats.
Okay.
Stay away from him.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions for Schizo?
Yes, the words of AC/DC. It's a long way to the top. If you
want to rock and roll.
That's not a question.
said
That's a
it.
statement.
It's the word you did.
Yeah.
Dad.
You can tell these kids are brothers. They slap each other. Right?
So did those piercings hurt?
No, they tickle.
What? What?
You put a hole through your body and it tickles.
Yeah.
Like
See, look.
stomach.
What the fuck?
You're on Lester's tour bus tonight. Is that correct?
Uh-huh.
Correct?
You're supposed to laugh at that or look at
That's okay. Who is your favorite personality tonight on Lester's tour bus? Was it Lester?
It was like fucking awesome.
that. That dude.
Was it?
That
Bear?
dude.
Bear,
It was
come
so,
in.
it was so fucking
You are
awesome.
everybody's favorite. Bear, come on in.
The Iron Bear.
Iron Bear, 3 minutes with Schizo. Iron
I like
Bear.
that
3 minutes with Schizo.
I like this thing right here.
He likes the arrowhead.
Yeah.
That's authentic, by the way. Santa Fe River. That is a beveled bowline, and it's 7,000 years old, and it's from the Paleo time period.
Yes, that's authentic arrowhead. Just
Sharp
saying.
flint. That's my pastime, my hobby to keep me out of trouble, is to go out and then look for Indian artifacts. And since there was 10 million Indians in Florida for probably close to 50,000
So Bear talks too much. Schizo.
There you go.
And I-
minutes with Bear! That's what it is!
Whoa, I just got bored to sleep.
Yeah, oh my.
I'm kidding.
I'm going to tell you a little story. Once upon a time, this is the end of 3 minutes with Schizo. Good night. And we've got 3 minutes.
Unconditional victory. I bring the out from their homes. Sacrifice my soul. Veins full of piss. Servers. Servant of the mist. When I awake, I start again. Sleep cleans the filth of my sins. I look to the clouds and wonder why. Don't forgiven sinners rise. I bring the rats. Out from their homes. Sacrifice my soul. Veins full of piss. Servers. Servants of the mist. I give myself to time and fate. The deed is done and awaits.
hello. For those of you who don't know, and I think pretty much everybody has to know, the Iron Bear, the co-host of this show, has passed on. On the 17th, so he did his last show with us 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna post that show tonight. Whether or not this show goes on is in question now. The show started without Barry, and it was probably, he joined somewhere around probably the 7th or 8th month. I actually met Barry. He was at the Mug. He was working with Tim Shanks from 16 Second Stare, and I met them on the same day. And from the moment I met him, for those of you who know him, he had an incredibly magnetic personality. Very, very witty guy, very sharp guy. And I'm generally impressed with sharp people. And I liked him right away. So we started hanging out, and within maybe 2 or 3 weeks of him coming over, he came onto my show. He had actually started on our sister show, the Hellraiser's Ball, with JC Viper, whom he remained very good friends with, and who is also a very good friend of the Iron Bear, and has been supportive through all of this. I've been contacted by a lot of people. I've taken some notes. I'm going to do a better show next week. I have so many hours of material with the Iron Bear. I want to listen to it all and get the best of the best stuff together, and then be able to present it to you in a single show. And it's something you'll be able to watch, but it's going to take a little bit of time to get that done. I'll try to get it done by next week. If not, then you can look for that the week after. Tonight, Brad Davis, who was one of Barry's very good friends, me and him have been talking every day, and he has asked me the last couple days to go on ahead and post that last show, the November, I believe the 7th show with the Iron Bear, and I'm going to do that tonight. So you can watch that show. It was just me and him in the studio. The rest of the crew, I believe there was some sickness going around. They hadn't shown up, so it was an intimate show with me and him. And in a way, I'm glad for that. We were doing what we always do. You know, he had such razor wit. He sort of led the comedy of the show. And I've always been the more deadpan guy, which accentuated his personality. And we worked exceedingly well together, not just in the show, but outside and about in the public, and that sort of thing. I do want to say, over the last few days, I wrote a list of people who have called or contacted me or offered assistance in any way for the memorial show on the tour bus, but primarily the memorial concert for Bear. These people are pardon me, I'm having a little difficulty. Tammy Steed from Metal Mayhem magazine, Anthony, the owner of Metal Mayhem, the owner of Bourbon Street, his very good friend D. I already mentioned Brad Davis, Jason Jennings from John Oliva's Pain, Damon Janaya, who's first notified everybody that this had happened, and he's been my counsel since. Shannon Fox, Heather at the Mug, she was just devastated. Tim Shanks from 16 Second Stare, he called me, he was absolutely devastated. TJ Jones, his longtime friend, Dan Gale from Alaska, his good friend for the few years that he was up there. They actually would travel back and forth and hang out with each other. He's going to be coming down for the memorial show, which I'm going to talk about here in a few minutes. Vince Bouvet, who was probably one of his best friends the last year. Skittles, who was a huge fan of his and watched the show every week. And she had a big poster on her wall and said, "Our enemies will perish in flames."
I'm going to put that picture up real quick.
That's fine. That said the Iron Bear below it. Again, JC Viper and Jay Bailey, his very good friend. I have a recording. The reason I played the Blue on Black song at the beginning, it was one of the many songs that Bear used to play. And I have a recording of him doing that, along with some other musical stuff with Jay Bailey. That video is going to be separate, and I'll post it separately. It was off of what I consider our absolute best show, which was on March 28th. Jay Bailey, he used to call Bear Blueberry. So he's very he's been very devastated too. As far as us, after Bear joined the show transformed completely. In the beginning, we were doing audio. We had changed over to video. But the show was always dry. It was always missing something, and I knew it. And when I brought Barry in, everything had changed in a couple of ways. One, the energy of the show was much higher, and the comedy content of the show was just fantastic. The guy could come up with the craziest stuff right off the top of his head constantly, and I'm really going to miss that because life kind of kicks your ass, right? And you get people like that, and you keep people like that around, and they make everything okay. And so, but he once he also joined the show, the other part of it was that just the number of people that he knew. He had been on the fringe of the music scene all the way from the most famous bands that came out of the area to the very smallest bands. He promoted everything from John Oliva to Catalyst to Murderfly to Psychotribe to Mechanism. If you looked at the photographs at the beginning of the show, you'll see him wearing a myriad of different band shirts, and it wasn't just that, not just wearing their shirts. He went to their shows. He talked to them. He supported them. He did this show and promoted them, and he would get people. He'd go. I remember the reason that my show has so many likes on it is instead of just putting out blanket notifications, when he felt something was important, he would contact all of his friends, which is, I don't even know, in the thousands, individually. And so if you're one of them, I'm sure you've got messages from him about shows and everything else. Once he had joined the show, the show quickly became much bigger. Our viewership went to about 6 times what it was previous to him being on the show. And anyway, what do I say about the guy? He's he had a great interest in music, certainly. He was a walking encyclopedia of damn near every artist on the planet. Half of them he knew. He was a huge fan of Chris. He was a fan of Chris when Chris was young. Chris Oliva of Sabotage, and I've talked to some of his friends, including Dan Gale, who I mentioned before, who's in Alaska, who was around when Chris was tragically taken from us, which I still remember getting the news. I was in Melbourne at the time, and I was a huge Sabotage fan at the time, but I didn't know any of them, whereas Bear did. And so I felt like in a lot of ways I got to know Chris because he told me so many stories about back in those days, and I told him that I had seen Sabotage with Megadeth at the Boathouse in Norfolk, and he was at that show. He would say that he got around like a donut, and he did. The guy just seemed to be, wherever anything was going on, he just sort of seemed to be there. He was a friend of a famous shipbuilder named Henderson, and he was instrumental them together and working and designing world-class racing ships. His immediate plans was to go down with him to Costa Rica, and he had shown me what they were doing down there. They were building these small sailboats, and then they were teaching kids to sail in Costa Rica. And this place was already established, but, you know, being the kind of guy that could not sit still and was always doing something, he was going to go down there and apply his skills to actually physically building these boats, helping these guys out build these boats. He should have been leaving probably sometime this week. Of course, that never came to pass. So his long-term goals was to spend more time up in Alaska. He talked about that with me, about going up there and hanging out with his friend. And his friend had purchased some property up there, and he was interested in getting some property up there, and he was going to be doing some things with him. He was in the process of working with Bourbon Street. He was in the process of working with Vince Bouvet. All of his friends could count on him, including me. If I needed him to show up to do something, which I never asked him, he always volunteered. He was always there, and he did everything he said he was going to do. I did Lester's Tour Bus sponsored 2 events this year. One was the Boz Fest over on the East Coast, and the other one was the Monsters of Florida Rock on this side. And he was, it would not have been what it actually turned out to be without him. He was very involved, had an enormous amount of energy, and again, just his connections and the people that he knew, people wanted to be around him, so they would come out of the woodwork and hang out. And as a result of that, I got to meet some amazing people. Through him, I met David Van Landing from MSG, who from that I got to hang out with Queensryche, and of course Tim Shanks, who his band 16 Second Stare, and he had the bass player of Bad Company and the drummer from Saigon Kick. These are people I would have never met without Barry. So he elevated my status in the music community, and I could not thank him more. I would say we're going to play the spirit of the show, in which Barry fully supported, was to promote the Florida scene. That's the way it began. And when I talked to him about it and told him what we were doing, he thought that was just the greatest thing in the world. And he really wanted to be a part of it. And even though sometimes it put a strain on him physically and financially, he made sure that he was here to do his part to promote the Florida scene. So we're going to play a couple Florida music videos, and then I'm going to talk more about Barry when we come back. So we'll see you then. Thank you.
Here I come again at 4 a.m. This
When the jaguar eats the sun and the moon sheds its shadow, does the whole world come undone? Will you still be you tomorrow? When blue skies fade to gray, should I follow behind them? And when I can't find my way, will you still shine like a diamond? Why do my kisses make you cry? Are you afraid that these are the last ones? I want the tears off of your face and promise you that these are the last ones. When the jaguar eats the sun and gray oceans are swallowed, has a new life just begun? Will you still be you tomorrow? When blue skies fade to black, should I follow them blindly? And when I find there's no way back, will you still shine like a diamond? Why do my kisses make you cry? Are you afraid that these are the last ones? I want the tears off of your face and promise you that these are the last ones. Why do my kisses make you cry? Are you afraid that these are the last ones? I want the tears off of your face and promise you that these are the last ones. Why do my kisses make you cry? Why do my kisses make you cry? Are you afraid that these are the last ones? When the jaguar eats the sun, will you still shine like a diamond?
thank you for watching the tour bus, Lester Rockwell. And this week's edition of the tour bus is Void, the Iron Bear. It does not feel right. I feel very lonely here. Everywhere I look, there's notes and different things that he had done, ideas for the show, content, things that he had written, graphics. It still feels like he's here in a lot of ways, and it's hard to believe that, he'll never be sitting next to me again.
Just keep waiting for him to come through that door.
Well, it is. It's like surreal. And I know people always say that, but it really is. It's like, you just keep expecting him to come through the door. And it's not going to happen, but the feeling doesn't correspond with what you know. I know for the last year, even though he had made hundreds, if not thousands of friends, acquaintances, connections, and that everybody liked him, the outpouring of this has been tremendous, and it's literally coming from all over the country. I was his best friend the last year. I know that for a fact, and I'm not trying to make a claim on anything, but I mean, anybody that knows us knows that he was here 2-3 times a week. He would call me for counsel. I would call him for counsel. He had all of his equipment over here. He kept an RV outside, so when he stayed over, he could sleep here. Of course, half the time he slept in the bunker bed. The bunker was completely his concoction. The football was of his making. But we would, many times when he'd come over, we'd be up till 5-6 o'clock in the morning. He really had razor wit and an absolute fantastic memory, which I used to marvel at, the things that he can remember, particularly people's names, occurrences, any sort of information on pro audio equipment, weaponry, military, government stuff.
And he can mix a mean drink. Motorcycles.
He was very much into performance type stuff. And he owned a lot of unique equipment. He knew the type of stuff to look out for, and when he got it, he took exquisite care of it. Very very sort of detail-minded person. And I think the reason that he was so witty was remembering, just having that type of memory, and then he had so many sources to draw from. The one thing that people keep telling me is that he lived 3 lifetimes in his life. That's true. He did more in his life than most people that I know. I mean, he was just involved in so many things. The last year of his life, he could never sit still. He did the 16-second stair tour. He really looked forward to that. He drove them up to Camp Lejeune. He took care of it exactly how a tour manager should, making sure that the band, pardon me, that the needs of the band were met. He was a professional. He was fun. I am the manager of which Damon Jania's band, and Damon had wanted Barry to come along. That would have been his last tour ever, to Panama City, and he would bring out the guitar and get the guys to sort of enjoy the grueling task of 6 hours on the road in one direction. For a while, I took the wheel. He had taken his blood pressure medication. He felt that it compromised his ability to drive safely, and so he went back and he talked to everybody. And when we returned, people came to me individually, and they're like, that Barry is a really interesting guy. The few people who did not know him, Juan Gonzalez, Punchy, world-renowned sound guy, he was with us. He had ran sound for that show. And that ended up being a really good thing that he was able to go back and interact with people. I do want to say Chuck Linehan of God Got Us, guitar player for Wish. He has been around me every day, called me several times a day, and he has really been a rock in this time and trying to keep things in perspective. And I very much appreciate that man. I know that Dana Piper was a good friend of Barry's. John Oliva was a friend of Barry's. And I know that at some point he sent his condolences. I will likely talk to him soon, and Dana Walsh, just through the grapevine. I know that he was, upset just like anybody would be. He was also a good friend of the Iron Bear. He's from the band American Fix. Somebody had sent us a message about the show. The show has moved a few times, and this is why. Originally, because we were so close for the last year, and everybody was asking that we needed to do a memorial show, I took the reins of the show. But I consulted with Brad Davis, which is a much longer friend of Barry's, and he has much better connections than I. So originally I wanted to do the show at Bourbon Street, and Anthony was just absolutely fantastic, and he even said if it's not there, he's going to support it in any way. He was a good friend of Barry's. He talked to him the day before he passed, and just really a great guy. But what happened was the show got bigger and bigger and bigger. The level of talent, which all of the bands are talented, I don't mean to put it that way, but the level of notoriety, maybe, of the bands also got bigger and bigger. And so the event exceeded the ability of that one venue to take care of it. So we've, as of now, and nothing is still in stone, but we're getting close. The show's going to be at Quaker Steak, and it's going to be on the 29th. It went from the 8th to the 15th to the 29th because we need time to do this correctly.
29th of?
December. Sorry, that's a good question. 29th of December. We're looking at a huge professional PA, a giant professional stage, and we're looking to get well over 1,000 people at this show. The show will be a memorial, but it'll also be a benefit for his mother. Barry, if you know Barry, was very close to his mom, and there you go. Chuck Linehan just walked through the door. Hey, what's up, buddy? He was very close to her, and always when he was over here, he would make sure, no matter what it was that he was doing, that he would take care of her. So,
may I take a moment and point out, in regards to the show, people who don't know, Quaker Steak and Lube is located at 10400 49th Street North in Clearwater, and we will have that on the Facebook page for everybody before the end of the night.
Now, I at least know of 10 people flying from as far as Alaska, but they'll be coming from all over the country to attend this. So certainly if you're local, we'd like to see everybody that we can at this one show. It'll be the celebration of the life of an incredibly fantastic individual, and somebody who certainly deserves the best sending off possible. So why don't you play Dana Walsh American Fix video for me?
Yeah, let me find it.
There's a new one down at the bottom.
At the bottom?
Yep.
All right,
and
here
we'll
it is.
be back.
Everyone deserves it. One time or another. Things contrived by man. Killing each other. You sit in a false pretense of what reality makes you believe.
You're gonna be missed, bro. Save me a seat in the front row, 'cause I'll be there eventually.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel.
You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel.
Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. Greasy black peel. Greasy black peel. You're a monster, Mr. Grinch. Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole.
Your brain is full of spiders. You got garlic in your soul.
Mr. Grinch. Mr. Grinch. I wouldn't touch it. A 39.5-foot pole. Yeah, I'm a Whoville badass. Every green hair and dimple. A superstar, I'm to pay no thought to the echo. Telling me that I'm an idiot and I'm green like a gecko. Presents, I don't sell insurance, so I barely see differences. I'm more evil, just look at me. You can make your own inferences. Believe it or not, I had a heart at one time before. Some new bitch came and called it out just to settle the score. You're a foul one, Mr. Grinch. I know I am. You're nasty, plastic.
Your heart is full of unwashed sex. Your soul is full of gunk.
Mr. Grinch. Mr. Grinch. Mr. Grinch. I've got my reasons to hate everything that surrounds me. I don't need you to judge me in silence, so I write in soundly. I'm just a creature of habit, even if you don't agree. I didn't ask for your opinion, so just go and leave me be. I got my own mind, and I can make decisions alone. So remove your head from my ass and go worry about your own. I'm the Grinch, I always was, and I always will be. My heart will never grow to love you, so just give it up, baby. The train has just left the station. We got our reasons to hate everything that surrounds us. Don't need you to judge us in silence, so reach out control. We're all creatures of habit, which okay if you agree. We're screaming unity, you I won't do what you tell me. Let us bring it down, let us bring it down. Let us bring it down for you right now. Let us bring it down, let us bring it down. Let us bring it down for you right now. I'll be your cowboy, baby. Feel free to ride. You can be my Daisy Duke tonight.
Cut off jeans and tight tank tops, she's rocking them cowboy boots. Looking so fine, shaking that thing, it looks like trouble to me. So let me take you down these old back roads, let me show you what I'm talking about. Climb on up, sit next to me, and cuddle up in this seat. I'll be your cowboy, baby, feel free to ride. You can be my Daisy Duke tonight. I want you next to my guns, hanging right by my side. Oh baby, be my Daisy Duke tonight. Let me take you down these old dirt roads. How far do you wanna go? Cooler in the back, the tailgate down, baby, just let me know. So we can see the moon and the stars and everything in between. Nothing really going on be my daisy too tonight. I want you next to my guns, hanging right by my side. Oh baby, be my daisy too tonight.
I'm going to take a moment and tell everyone what's going on. Tomorrow at the factory is going to be Chrome. Also tomorrow we have Wicked Evil Grin at Insomniacs at 8 p.m. We have As It Is tomorrow. Let's see here. Loudmouth is going to be at the Wild Indian Saloon tomorrow. On Saturday at the Tahitian Lounge, we're going to have Chrome again. We have Cannibal Corpse on November 30th at the Brass Mug. Tickets are $10 for anybody who's interested in going. And also on Wednesday, November 27th at Janice Landing, there will be a Category 3 pre-Thanksgiving show. Definitely worth checking it out if you have not seen Category 3. They do an amazing version of Devil Went Down to Georgia. So catch that. Gary Shutt of Category 3. He, if you ask him, he will play that and tell him it's for Schizo. So next I want to play you guys some Gary Shutt.
Okay, welcome back to Lester's Tour Bus. This is Lester Rockwell, and we'll get back to talking about the Iron Bear momentarily. We have some business to take care of. This is Ryan Mikowski.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
He is from Cosmic Punch. Cosmic Punch is going to be playing this Saturday at the Brass Mug. What can you tell me about Cosmic Punch? How'd you guys get started?
Me and Punchy just kind of got together and we tried to figure out a fun project to do. Something, it's very Beatle-ish. So if you kind of like the Beatles and, the old school way of what it sounded like, that's what me and Punchy did. We just went for the old school.
Who's this Punchy character?
Punchy Gonzalez, road manager of Nile, Morbid Angel. He's on tour right now with Morbid Angel.
And he's normally his day job is a sound guy, right?
No, he's their tour manager.
Oh, he's their tour manager. I know that he had ran sound for the Wish Shop in Panama City, and his tour manager skills came out because when things were going his way, he was very happy, and when things weren't going his way, he was certainly vociferous in his differing opinion with the various artists. So.
Yeah, he's also the guitar player for Diet of Worms.
Diet of Worms, and that was a band with the world-famous ex-Sabotage singer Damon Janiah, correct?
Yeah, one of the best singers I ever known.
So what does this premier marquee artist want to have anything to do with you?
There's a lot of stuff that me and Punchy been friends for, forever. We just got signed to TMG Records out of Oklahoma.
Wow.
So we finally got signed to a major.
Oh.
Does that make them still a Florida band if they're out of Oklahoma?
I don't know. I
think we finally actually made it after years. We started this project in 2005 and finally finished it in 2013.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So it took a little time.
It was just so much strings and just trying to get the right sound, and each song was taking months and months.
Well, anything worth doing is worth waiting for.
Oh, it took years. It's just a struggle. Any artist can tell you once you start writing something, you always want to make it better, and you always want to go in the studio and make it better and better and better.
Now, here's what's funny about this show. It's Cosmic Punch, I assume after Punchy, right?
Yep.
Now, who is not going to be attending this show on Saturday?
The guy, Punchy.
The guy who's on tour with Morbid Angel right now.
Yeah, he's half a Cosmic Punch. He's the other singer, because we have a lot of dual songs that he sings one part, I sing another. So I'm doing all the Cosmic Punch stuff that actually I sing on.
So who do you have standing in on guitar right now?
I actually have the great Chuck Lanahan.
Chuck Lanahan.
From Janet Tortures, Crumb Suckers,
Wish, Station to Station, God Goddess.
One of the best guitar players ever.
Yeah, that's exactly right. How do you feel about standing on stage next to that guy? Internationally recognized rock star. You can even find his ass on Wikipedia. That really says something, doesn't it?
Yeah, I did a show in, I think it was 2003 with Chuck at the Hard Rock Casino with his band and my band, and that was just amazing.
And what was that band then?
Mine was Ryan Cosmonaut. I have a bunch of different names I go under. With
all somewhat space themed. Are you?
Yeah, it's actually something Damon did to me. Damon is one of the evilest people I could ever meet. He's one of the coolest guys.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've always heard it go the other way with him, but
yeah, it's actually a true story. Is Damon actually told me is when I was recording my Space King album, he actually told me that, dude, you're not a great looking guy, but you're Johnny Cash.
Yeah, I could see that.
He's like, just be that cool guy, write those cool songs everybody's gonna love, people are gonna say. He's like, you're just that average guy, but you're not pretty like me, so you can't be the pretty boy.
Yeah, that's right. So that makes you have to work harder, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes.
That's why a slightly chubby, not necessarily Hollister quality type looking people. That's why we're taking over the world. Because we have to work harder than everybody. And so we're spending a little more time studying. We're spending a little more time, promoting ourselves and blah, blah, blah. So.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
We're just not handed things. I've been working hard for years.
Well, see, Damon, he kind of has the duality. He's a very unique case of somebody who's very pretty, who also works his butt off, and that is a fact. I've never seen a a singer who tend to be prima donnas. You didn't hear me say that, but
No, Damon's probably one of the nicest guys you can ever meet. I mean, he's just one of those guys.
Yep. And then
I mean, I worked with John Oliva. Actually, I did one project was me and Chuck were recording some songs, and we actually had John come in, and one of the nicest guys, but man, wow, he can play piano. I mean, the stuff he was doing on keyboards was nasty.
well, and he's just an amazing songwriter.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, all the way around. He writes songs, of course, for the TSO, and then artists everywhere. You know, he's written songs for, I think, and don't quote me on this, but I believe like Tina Turner and.
Yeah, he's done a lot of work with a bunch of people, but when you meet him and talk to him and everything, he was actually calling me Space Booger every time we met up.
And you were willing to accept that name since it was coming from John Oliva.
If it came from John could have called me shithead. And
that reminds me of, I was watching this video, and he goes, this guy's shaking, and he just got a signature from Slayer, and they're like, what's the matter? And he's like, man, I just got this signature from Slayer. And he goes, what did you use? He said, here you go, dickhead. And he's like, oh, man, it was just, he just thought it was the greatest thing. Even though
awesome.
Kerry King called him a dickhead. No,
yeah, I mean, we have the Cosmic Punch. We're playing at the Brass Mug, the new Brass Mug. That's awesome. At 8 o'clock, everybody come out, see it. You're going to love the show. I mean, seeing Chuck up there playing, and it's just, we're practicing tonight. It's just amazing sound.
I see doors are at 5. What time are you guys going on?
We are 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock?
Yep.
He just said that. You need to pay attention. Does it have who else is playing that night?
It does. Autumn's Pain, Archangel, Marius, Red, Traveler's Moon, and Undertone.
Wow.
Actually, the one cool thing about this show, I mean, it's a cool little lineup, but all the money from the show
I see that.
is actually going to help this artist who's paralyzed. So everything from raffle tickets and everything else, I mean, all that money is going right to the family. That's why I wanted to do it, because anything you can give back is great.
Yeah.
You know, especially somebody that actually needs it.
And anybody who's looking, that's going to be at 1450 Skipper Road in Tampa. $7 at the door, $10 anyone under 21.
Because you don't drink and you're taking up space.
That's right.
Drinking and driving is fun.
Lester's Tour Bus does not condone drinking and driving, despite our... All right.
Even though it's fun.
So any good Pollock jokes? No, never mind. The
Hey, I didn't get a one-out Pollock from a tree. Wave to him. How did he get up there? He's raking leaves.
Somebody give that man a hug.
He came ready. Give him a hug. But you know, you're talking about unattractive players. I mean, look at like Udo Dirkschneider.
Yes.
Do you remember him from Accept? Only if you can sing that well can you be that ugly.
Well, you know, like when I was growing up, Bauhaus was one of my favorite bands. I loved Bauhaus. And actually, I did a project called Dead Dark Slide, and that's what it is. It's Bauhaus. Because to me, that was always metal. Like that Bauhaus Metal Church. It was like...
Metal Church.
Metal Church is just awesome.
Yes.
You know, old Metallica is good, new Metallica.
We watch the children pray.
You know, you can never go wrong with Slayer.
Turn this off.
Yeah, my background is funny because I was a
turn this
metalhead growing up and just loved it. But for some reason, I always had the knack to write these stupid pop songs. I love them. But it's funny, a guy that listens to nothing but metal plays nothing but pop songs.
You play pop songs?
It's just funny.
It's almost like one of the cardinal rules of being a drug dealer: don't get high on your own supply.
Yes.
So yeah, you can't play good metal music because you enjoy it too much. It would be getting high on your own supply.
I think you got the analogy.
All right, thank you, Lester.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I got to bring you guys some of my Dead Dark Side stuff. I mean, it's really cool. It's unique. I mean, making videos and all that kind of stuff. Not playing out yet because I got to wait for Punchy. Because you know, I like to do stuff with Punchy for some reason. I just I'm a junkie for Punchy.
I'm amazed to find out that you're this talented. That I've got really some, you know, impressive musicians. You know, giving you accolades. When I first met you, was at Janus.
Yeah,
and you were a guitar tech, and I thought you like had Down syndrome or something, and they felt bad for you. And That is not. That's not true.
I like the windows with my helmet.
For the record, that's how I got this job.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful job, man.
That's right.
So if I lick every window and wear a hat, can I get your job?
Yeah.
This is part
But
of.
it's got to be a cowboy.
This is
hat
his
to do
community
it.
service. So. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. This is my payment for Lester saving me from getting arrested.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's right. At a Queensryche show.
Nice.
He wanted to run up on stage and be memorable to them.
Yeah, it's like the first big concert I ever been to was Somewhere in Time, Maiden.
Oh, I could beat it.
Oh.
I was at Power Slave because I'm older than you are, and that was just.
You know how old I am. I saw Skid Row without Sebastian Bach in New Jersey at Studio One.
That's
in
a
Newark.
lie. That's a lie.
No Sebastian Bach.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was no
because they would never go to Jersey.
Well, the band's from Jersey and Sebastian Bach's
All right,
Canadian.
How about this? I saw White Zombie when they were opening for DRI.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, that's
So White Zombie when they were still beige.
Yes.
I saw White Trash in New Jersey. They wear white trash.
Let me guess, you're from New Jersey?
Oh, yes. Born and raised.
Have you ever been to that, whatever, Get It and Go bar, whatever it is, where that
Wawa. There's nothing better than Wawa. It's just... yeah, there's nothing better. It literally is like crack. Like
What the hell are we talking about?
It's about non-Florida gas
Oh
stations.
yeah, it's like it's crack. It's awesome.
Oh, Wawa gas station?
Yeah.
Oh, they're all over Florida
Yeah,
now.
my ex-girlfriend's from Jersey.
They're
She
taking
called
over.
me. She's like, oh my God, we got a Wawa. What the fuck is a Wawa?
Yeah, you go like Wawa what, and once you go to Wawa, you're like, oh. You're like, wow, this place is.
You go to the
amazing.
screen and order a sub, and 104 people, like little automaton, you know.
Trained monkey in the back.
Yes.
I like to train monkeys in the back. It's what I do for a side job. wait.
So you got to pay the bills, right?
Wait, somebody's going to think that was a racist joke.
Racist monkeys.
Yeah.
Racist monkeys.
I have nothing to say to that.
He got it. He got it.
So what is your, let's say in your long history of hanging out with marquee musicians, what is your one rock and roll moment?
I can actually say a bunch. Easiest way to explain it is I moved down here in 1995. And in 1997, me and my friend RJ started a magazine called Gothic Box Magazine. And we did that from 97 to, I think it was like 2002. I mean, we met almost everybody. Anybody in the metal and Gothic industrial we were hanging out with. Like Meg Lee was probably one of the coolest chicks. Jarrett was cool. Chris Mackey, got to hang out with him. Got to hang out with Christina with his daughter, and we got to really get to know a lot of these artists and actually hang out with them, do a lot of photographs and talk. And these are just really cool guys. A lot of people go, well, you're a rock star, so you got to be an asshole. No, these aren't assholes. The only reason they're assholes is because you're making them an asshole.
Ah.
But the best story I have is I had free tickets to go see Megadeth. And I had my backstage passes and all that, so I was at the show taking pictures. I must have done something to piss off Dave Mustaine. So I
heard that's not real hard.
No, it's not that real hard.
Yeah.
So I waited literally outside the back entrance of the Masquerades. And when he was coming out, I was taking pictures after pictures after pictures after pictures. And he was getting so pissed. He was pointing at me, swearing at me. He's like, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm like, click, 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 click. So I got all these cool pictures of him just screaming at me video. And I'm like, this is awesome. I'm like, I'm pissing you off. That's probably the best rock moment to me is...
Well, gosh, you have to send us a couple of those pictures.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're just hilarious. They're in the Gothic Box magazine. It's just funny.
We'll have to throw those on the tour bus for sure. Yeah, Dave Mustaine yelling at somebody. I heard John Oliva got into it with him, too.
Yeah, he's just a dick.
Like over a girl or something. He, like, picked him up and threw him and, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, one of my cool shows I did is... Were you around with when the Liars Club was here on Florida?
Nope. I've only been here since 2008.
Oh,
I'm a Tampa baby.
It was a great place because I actually opened up for Christian Death, Lover's Sin, and Diet of Worms with my project Space King, and it was just one of the best shows I ever did.
So now we're going to show a video from Cosmic Punch, right?
If you can get one.
No, we don't have one, and do you know why? Because you slackers have not made one.
Oh, actually, I do on YouTube. There's one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's actually one on YouTube.
Is it a production video or like a live?
No, it's actually a really cool one for Walk Away. That's the song the TMG Records actually wants to push. That is their, yeah, that's their big one. Is they're just in love with the song. So hey, why not? You know what?
You know what? We're gonna
get one chance. You got to do it.
Are you giving me permission to play that video?
You can have all the permission you want.
Okay, fair enough. Then we're gonna go to the process of extracting that.
Nice. You should go to Dead Dark Slide one too.
And we're gonna read it on show. Dead Dark Slide.
Yeah, Dead Dark Slide.
And that's by Cosmic Punch.
No, that's my metal project.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's cool. I actually have a video for it, and it's hilarious. I mean, it's poking fun of metal. Remember, like, all the old school metal where the guys would pump their fists like this?
Yeah, Rob Halford.
Yes,
Rob
exactly. That's the whole video. It's just hilarious. It's so bad and cheesy, but it's making fun of the metal.
The guys you look up to.
What you're
your
supposed
mentors.
to do. You know, metal is like this drama, fun thing. If you make it fun, people are going to see it's fun. Like, you know, pulling off masks. You got a mask on, you got to fix it. You know, it's just stupid, but people are just loving it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, play all the Cosmic Punch, play the Dead Dark Slide. Go see Cosmic Punch this Saturday at 8 o'clock at the Brass Mug. Please show up.
Lester's going to be
it's
there.
Gonna help
Chuck
people.
Monahan's going to be there. We'll all be there harassing you sexually as usual. So.
Oh, but I like that. That's why I lubed up to come on the show.
Oh,
I'll even wear panties to throw at you.
Sweet.
Oh,
I win.
God.
I win. God. I could retire.
After you smell that, you'll want to.
Ugh. All right, well, hey, thanks for coming on the show. We're going to go
No
hunt down the
problem.
videos. And
it's a great show. Stay tuned.
What's your favorite local band?
It's so hard. I mean,
you know what? Play the Janice Wish video.
Not a problem.
Since he was actually there fighting with Damon. Remember that?
I was out.
He threw the keyboard down, and you
Yes.
went to clear it
Yep.
off the stage, as you know, a stage tech should. And him and Damon Janai are freaking
yes, we
playing
are.
a tug of war with the keyboard. In which, after he won the tug of war, he then proceeded to beat the living crap out of it. But,
Damon's definitely one of the coolest guys ever.
Yep.
All right.
Well,
Thank you for having me. Hopefully, we see everybody on Saturday. Get there at 8.
Hey, you gonna come back on?
Oh yeah.
All right, come on after the show. You're a great guest, man. That was awesome.
Oh, I'll be here all the time if you want.
Well,
I got nothing to do.
You know.
I'm just a musician. You know,
I
poor.
understand.
Got a car. I got gas. I can get here.
Well, you're doing better than most musicians, so there you go.
And thanks. Hopefully,
right.
everybody likes the stuff.
You got it. Here's Wish.
Are you doing this to me? Am I not living up to what I'm supposed to be? Why am I seething with this animosity? I think you owe me a great big apology. I'm alive! I'm alive! don't know what you mean. Seems like salvation comes only in my dreams. I feel my hatred grow all the more extreme. Can this world really be as sad as it seems? Down the line! Down the line! Down the line! Down the line! Don't take it away from me. I need you to hold on to. Don't take it away from me. I need you to hold on to. Don't take it away from me. I need you to hold on to. Don't take it. Don't take it. Don't take it. Don't take it. Don't take it away from me. I need you to hold on to. Don't take it away from me. I need you to hold on to. Don't take it away from me. I need you to hold on to. Don't tear it. Don't tear it. Don't take it. Don't take it. No. There's nothing left for me to hide. I lost my ignorance, security, and pride. I'm all alone in this fucking world you must despise. I live to promises, your promises and lies. They're lies. They're lies. They're lies. They're lies. They make me
Wow, that was a great job. Ryan, that was you singing?
Yeah, that's...
Hold on.
Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that was me singing with Punchy, half me, half Punchy. Yeah, for the Cosmic Punch.
That was great. I'm actually surprised. I mean, I don't mean to say that, but I mean, I was surprised at just how good that was. That's really good.
Oh yeah, I mean,
that one is definitely going in regular rotation on the tour bus. So I've known, Punchy maybe the last 6 months or so, and me and him get along well. Both good Lord, I can't speak tonight. Across a wide range of things, we're sort of musically the same and politically the same, and
well, also too is I mean, you're a smart guy. I know you, and Punchy's a smart guy, and you put two smart people together, and what are you going to have?
Oh, probably an argument somewhere down the line. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah. And that you guys are going to be here. You'll be playing that song this Saturday as well.
Actually, that one we're not playing
because it's too Punchy dependent.
No, it's not just too Punchy. It's me and Punchy are dual with that song, so I wouldn't want to do it without him because it's such a cool song. But
Right.
I want people to really feel when we're doing it. I don't want to kind of take away from it.
No, I understand. But when he gets back, you guys will
yeah.
obviously be playing some shows out and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We'll look forward to that. We have ran over my entire crew. This is why I'm sitting in the engineer's seat now. Has left. Next week, hopefully next week, if not, it'll be the week after. I want to do a show it'll be almost entirely clips of former shows with the Iron Bear. I appreciate you hanging out.
Yeah.
And I know you know what's going on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
And even, Ryan, I mean, everybody who's in music has met the Bear, and we were talking out in the parking lot of the couple times that he had the opportunity to speak to him. So the 29th, the December 29th, make sure you mark that on your calendar because, I mean, we're going to try to get the entire town out there to celebrate a really great guy. So.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing, really high quality shirts with Bear's picture. It's going to have all of the bands and the sponsors on the back. I have to have all of the bands and all the people that are going to sponsor this event. We already know 4 or 5 people that are getting involved already.
Oh, cool.
Including the guy that's donating. It's a huge mobile, professional stage, professional PA. But we want to be able to put them all on the back of the T-shirt.
Yeah.
And then they'll all get a T-shirt. And then we're going to do the laminates.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll have Bear's photograph and all of that. And again, all the proceeds from this event will go to Barry's mother. So anything that you can do to help. I know some friends already of Bear's are sending in rather large amounts. I've been, as far as taking care of some of the things with him.
I mean, going at 20 or 48 is that's young.
It is.
It's real young.
It's too young, and it's unexpected, and I think that's what's really blown everyone's mind is when somebody that's such a part of your life just suddenly is taken out of the blue. He was certainly an irreplaceable part of this show.
Yeah.
He was a great advisor to me as to how to continue with the show and interact with these people, and he was my dear friend. And his presence here will always be missed. So, look for the Iron Bear show. I will post his last show up tonight, so that you're able to watch it. And,
cool.
We will, for now, we'll catch you last week, as it is tradition. We will finish the show with Psycho Tribe, and we will see you next week. Thanks for watching.
See you guys next week.
I fucking love this band. They are the best band ever, period. Ladies and gentlemen,
With myself, such a waste to want to take control.